Hey, what's going on YouTube? Alan here with DustyHikers.com, and today I'm going to talk about the Salomon X Ultra Pioneer Aero. Salomon, you need to change the name. Like that's just way too long. And I'm also going to talk about the Vasque Satoru Trail LT. So I'm just going to compare these two shoes. They're both phenomenal. But if you're looking at, buying one of these, hopefully this video will help you decide which one is going to be best for you in that situation. So I spent a month in each one of these shoes. I put at least 25 miles at this point, probably 30 on each of these. I also tested them in my advanced footwear research laboratory, aka my garage. So in this video, short video, I'm going to ask a series of questions and then just compare the two shoes, how they perform in those different types of situations. Okay, the first question is, how much money do you have? The version that I have of the Vasque Satoru Trail LT, this black one, right now on Amazon, it's $150. That's a lot. The shoe is extremely light, but it's also very, very well made. In fact, this shoe has become the shoe that I wear to work every day because it is so incredibly comfortable. The other shoe, the Salomon X Ultra Pioneer Aero, nailed it, is $110 on Amazon right now. I have links to both of these in the description, so if you're finding something useful or entertaining or beneficial for your next purchase, please consider using those links because I get a very, very small commission. So this is a really, really well-made shoe that's only $110, so I think this is a pretty good bargain. It's a shoe that I actually don't like very much, and we're going to talk about that, but I know that it's a very high-quality shoe, it just doesn't work for me. So there is a very big price difference between these two, $40 as far as Amazon is concerned. And so through the rest of this video, maybe you'll decide, what is it worth $40 to get the Satoru Trail LT? And I think that depending on what you're going to be doing with the shoes, you're definitely going to want to use one of these shoes over the other, depending on what you're going to do. Okay, first consideration, is traction on the trail important for you? This really depends on what kind of hiker you are, how experienced you are, where you're going to be hiking, what kind of terrain you're going to be on. When I tested these two shoes against 3 other shoes for grip, of the sole, the Vasque Satoru Trail LT kicked every other shoe's butt. These shoes are super grippy, and it's because it's the Vibram Mega Grip compound. The Vibram Mega Grip for me is just the best compound for hiking shoe or boot soles that's on the market. I've tested it. I tested it last year against other types of shoes, and I tested it again this year, and it just always wins. The bottom of the Vasque Satoru Trail LT, this shoe, is very, very interesting. You can see they have these very small micro lugs, I call them. And again, this is all Vibram Mega Grip. This sole pattern is called light base. It's extremely thin, and this shoe is extremely light. Vasque claims that this is the lightest shoe that they've ever made. I tested all of these shoes for time to dry, and when I did that, I had to take their dry weight. So this is a size 12, again, it's non-Gore-Tex version, and it's only 0.73 pounds. I don't remember what that is in ounces, but it was much lighter than the other shoes. Salomon X Ultra Pioneer Aero has the Conta grip. You can see it right there. Conta grip, I also call it Conta slip. It's the compound that Salomon, I think that they make this compound, or they have somebody else make it, but they don't use Vibram, they use their own compound. It's not very grippy. I tested these shoes last year. I tested another Salomon last year that also used Conta grip, and they also did not perform very well. Now I'm doing it, as you'll see in the video, I'm doing it on polished concrete, so it can't be perfectly applicable to a trail, but in my world, if your shoes are grippy on polished concrete, they're going to be grippy on anything that is out there in the woods that you're possibly going to want to step on. So in the testing that I did, out of the 5 shoes, these came in second to last, right in front of the Adidas Terex Swift R3, which use Continental compound. And so they're just not very grippy. Hello, if you're finding something useful in this video for deciding which shoe you should buy for your next hiking shoe, please consider hitting like, and that way YouTube will send this video out to more people. Thank you. Okay, next question. Is protection underfoot important to you? If you are concerned about the bottom of your foot getting damaged, then you're definitely going to want to go with the Salomon X Ultra Pioneer Aero. This shoe has a rock plate. It tied for second in the testing that I did. So what I do is I just put one shoe on each foot, and then I step on a rock and I see which shoe just provides more cushioning and protection against that rock being felt by the bottom of my foot. It beat the Vasque Satoru Trail LT, which does not have a rock plate. It's also got a pretty thin midsole for a hiking shoe. And so this shoe, if you're, confident in your ability to hike on trail and you don't expect to be walking in the dark or at night or in a place where there's lots of sharp rocks, then this is going to be a great, super fast hiker that is going to feel really comfortable even at the end of the day. This shoe, on the other hand, does not feel super comfortable at the end of the day. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but it will provide enough protection to where you can step on the sharpest, most jagged rock and you're not going to damage the bottom of your foot. Okay, as I've already alluded to, the next question is, how important is comfort for you? The Vasque Satoru Trail LT is light years beyond the Salomon X Ultra Pioneer Aero. This shoe is not very comfortable. It doesn't fit my foot very well. The arch support in here is quite pronounced, and it's also quite far forward, so it sort of like hits on the inside of my foot. I really want to take these off at the end of the day. You can take these out of the box and go hiking in them, and especially if they fit your foot. I think part of the problem for me is that they're probably just slightly, ever so slightly too narrow. The Vasque Satoru Trail LT, on the other hand, are just a dream to wear. They've got a really generous toe box. The footbed is just super squishy and comfortable, and again, like I said, I wear these to work every day and they're just super comfortable. Okay, last question, and maybe the most important one. Do you want to look good on the trail? Well, it's really kind of subjective, but I would say that the Salomon X Ultra Pioneer Aero do look more like a hiking shoe than the Vasques. I'm gonna say that these look better than the Vasques, and again, it's subjective, but yeah, I'm gonna go with these for looks. The Vasque Satoru Trail LT don't look bad, but it just looks more like a loafer. It looks like something that you might wear to work instead of on a hiking trail. Again, these are hiking shoes. You could take these on a hike. And in the marketing stuff on their website, it says, built to be able to do the Pacific Crest Trail or just walk around your neighborhood. I don't know. If I was going to do something like Pacific Crest Trail, I probably would not take these. If you did, you'd probably have to buy a lot of them because they would probably wear out very quickly. This is a very thin sole on the bottom, and I could see how you'd be down to the midsole before you got to California if you were coming from the north. All right, that is a quick video, and I will see you guys in the next one.